Welcome, friends. This is Archangel. Here's a game that I like to play. It's called Misandry Detective. I will take generic statements issued by misandrists and dissect them to uncover the subterfuge of male contempt nicely ensconced within them. This is a fun game, anytime, anywhere. Forget the slug bug game while traveling with the family on vacation. Instead, play Misandry Detective and find the misandry on the passing billboards. Forget the Pictionary at family gatherings. Instead, play Misandry Detective, where one team issues a common statement like, "Never hit girls," and the other team has to decipher as many misandristic implications inside of 30 seconds. Oh, it's hours, days, weeks, years of super fun. For example, I was talking to a gal one day, and we were talking about successful relationships, to which I simply offered the winning solution. The only good relationship is the one where males walk away from females. But she wanted to debate. So she was like, just pretend romance and love existed. Oh, well, I am good at that. I have been pretending that true love existed most of my life. Okay, so in La La Land, I would say a successful relationship is fostered when two people spend as much time apart as they do together. So you're not on top of each other 24/7. Then you actually have time to miss them and contemplate their good qualities and why you choose to be with them. There is a reason for the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Hence, the time spent together is given more essence by the time spent apart. Periods of not eating chocolate cake is the magic ingredient that gives substance and enjoyment to the periods you do eat chocolate cake. I also threw out a radical, expensive idea that you also maintain separate residences. That way you have a spatially detached personal space to retreat to that reflects you, not a communal space that reflects the compromises you had to make with the other person in regards to furniture and decor. So she said, yeah, I could see spending a little time alone, but not too much. Oh? Why's that? Well, you gotta see what he's doing, she returned. Okay, so I called her on it. I see, so you don't want to spend too much time apart, not because you miss him, not because you desire to hold him and cover him with kisses, not because life is dull and colorless in his absence, but because you think he'd be out cheating. Well, yeah, most girls would think that. Not me, but most girls would. No, of course not her. She is simply the one who's uttering this statement of suspicion. And with that statement, Misandry Detective was on the case. Okay, so, without constant female oversight and supervision, males would be unable to focus or control themselves and would be 1. Out humping everything in sight, or 2. Involved in all kinds of mischief, which would result in a call to you for bail money, because 3. They are deceitful, malicious, and promiscuous by nature, which means that 4. They are unable to be monogamous in any way, let alone pronounce the word, and all this ultimately because 5. They are self-centered and unable to see past their own caveman foreheads and 2-inch spaghetti noodles. There is so much male devaluation, stereotype, and slander in everyday conversation. It's astounding when you really break down the inferences. The other day, I was talking to a gal when a guy I knew walked over to say hi. He was dressed rather nicely, so I chided him. Hey, looking sexy there, mister. The gal I had been entrenched in conversation with added, yeah, your girlfriend must have dressed you, huh? And with that, Misandry Detective was summoned once again, because a guy could not possibly look amazing on his own. For 1, he is a redundant simpleton, incapable of complex thought needed to understand the intricacies and complications of fashion. Since 2, he has a total neuron count of 2.4. And 3, if left to his own devices, he'd be draped in mismatched holy clothes that had the ripe bouquet of roadkill. Because 4, males are disgusting creatures devoid of manner or hygiene, which is why they throw poop at the other monkeys. And 5, this is all avoided when males simply submit to the supervision and instruction of the female. Hot diggity, Misandry Detective is fun, like an action-packed day at Flipper's water park, isn't it? How about another? Okay, so I made cordial greetings with a gal I know the other day. I noticed her boyfriend was not with her, so I inquired, "Where is your darling sweetheart?" "Oh, I'm not sure." "What? Not sure?" So I decided to throw her a sarcastic bone. "Oh, well, he's a guy. He's probably getting into trouble somewhere." "Yeah, but you gotta let them do that once in a while." So basically, she was conceding agreement that 1, he was predisposed to troublemaking because 2, he's a guy, it's what they do, and 3, because debauchery is in male genes, if males are not in plain sight, they can usually be found flagrante delicto. And 4, because mischief is so basic to males' nature, you need to let them act out their natural tendencies. It's like masturbation. You have to let them do that once in a while so they won't go insane or self-destruct. Thus 5, she essentially assumed the position of authority over males because it was she who was allowing this occasional courtesy. And 6, she claims accolades of benevolence, as it is her compassion that leads to her granting him this special mercy, so he doesn't explode from lack of expression of his fundamental urges, which aptly demonstrates that she cares about his well-being, as do all females who crack the whip on their man. It's all for the good of these lascivious apes with their unsightly 2-inch flagellum, which they claim to be 6.25 inches. Now, you're probably thinking, Misandry Detective is way overanalyzing simple, harmless little statements. You have a little too much time on your hands. You need a girlfriend. Oh, yes, I've heard this line of reasoning used generously on males before. Every time a guy is judged to have too much time, the solution is universal. You need a woman. If any male still enjoys childish pursuits or baubles, such as his collection of action figures complete with original packaging, then we deem him in need of a girlfriend. Some people almost chastise males with this sentiment. When you have a female who has crocheted the entire Encyclopedia Britannica collection, is she admonished? "Oh, you have too much time on your hands. You need to find a man." I've never heard a female chastised with the solution, "You need a boyfriend." But idle males, that's another story. What? You counted every blade of grass in Central Park? You built an airplane out of bottle caps? You put on a 12-hour sock puppet show 3 times a week? Wow, you need a girlfriend. A female that does the same things, she is told to get a life, not to get a man. Yes, there is a big difference. Idle males are counseled to find meaning and purpose in life through females. Idle females are counseled to take themselves out more and expand their social network, which only benefits them. Males are advised to channel their energies into females, while females need to channel their energies into expanding themselves. Sensing any kind of a pattern here? Get out and have as much fun as you can right now, sister, because eventually you'll end up bestowing meaning and purpose to some male's dreary existence somewhere in the future. And sadly, all this shaming is working. Some males feel so obsolete, so worthless, so ugly, that they come from a vile, malevolent sex, that they feel the only good they can contribute to the world is to devote themselves to a loving woman, and giving offspring the best they can give them, the love and affection and approval society denied them because of their sex. Bottom line, many males feel that they contribute positivity to the world, to life itself, by defending, pampering, and lavishing affection and protection upon females. This is why many males are so fervent, even militant, about degrading males and elevating females, because females are the saviors of our race. "Forgive me, I am a wretch, O Lordess, but you are beauty and grace and light," males will cry out from bent, humbled knee before females. Deep down, males loathe themselves and their sex because on some level, they have adopted all the male devaluation that surrounds them, and so, like other males, seek salvation through protection and servitude of the fairer, wholesome, benevolent sex. As one guy put it, "I'm not attractive, I'm not relevant, I'm a guy. We're pretty much useless. The best I can do is to contribute to the well-being of a female. They're all that really matters." Really? Believe me, I have seen and heard this sentiment echoed in the beliefs and actions of countless males. Another male told me, "Guys are scum. If we're not serving women, we have no purpose." This seems to be the modern mission statement of the male sex. Friends, play Misandry Detective today and decipher the misandry and contempt in average everyday statements, and you will be astounded. You will be amazed by how much people loathe and hate you. My brothers, we are all we have. We need to stand together and live free.